The Nigerian government recently revealed that there are over 270 enclaves across the country where bandits, militants, and other criminal groups have established strongholds. These aren't just isolated incidents, but full-fledged operations where these groups train, plan, and execute their attacks on unsuspecting communities. The government's revelation sheds light on just how widespread and coordinated these criminal groups have become. And it's a huge concern for national security. Please make sure you like this video as you watch, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Now, many of these camps are located in the north, specifically in regions like the northwest and northeast, areas that have long struggled with insecurity. The forested regions and remote locations in these parts make it easier for these groups to hide, regroup, and carry out attacks with little interference. These bandits and militants have become more sophisticated, operating not just as common criminals but with a full logistical structure, training camps, firearms, and operational plans. The training camps are particularly troubling. These camps aren't just places where people go to learn how to steal or kidnap. They are where people learn how to use firearms, how to strategize, and where they receive indoctrination into a life of crime and violence. This means that these groups are training their members to become even more dangerous and organized, posing a serious threat to communities and the security forces trying to combat them. One of the most alarming things about these enclaves is that they are spread across various states, not just confined to a few hotspots. These areas have become safe havens for bandits who move from one location to another, making it harder for the security forces to track and neutralize them. Even when the government conducts operations to clear one area, the bandits simply shift to another, and the cycle continues. The fact that these groups are so well established and entrenched raises several critical questions about the effectiveness of security in Nigeria. Why has it been so difficult to dismantle these criminal networks? How are they able to operate so freely, with so much power, in these areas? And most importantly, what are the long-term implications for the safety of citizens? In response to these revelations, security agencies have promised to intensify operations aimed at dismantling these criminal camps. However, there are concerns about the level of coordination and the resources needed to carry out these operations successfully. It's clear that the Nigerian government faces a significant challenge in reclaiming these areas from armed groups. It's not just about the criminal activity though. The social and economic impact on the regions affected by these camps is devastating. People living in these areas are constantly under threat. They live in fear of being attacked, abducted, or displaced. Many have had to abandon their homes, farms, and businesses in search of safety. Entire communities are uprooted, and those who stay behind often face violence, loss of income, and a lack of basic services. The effect on education has also been significant. Children in these regions have been denied the opportunity to go to school, as many schools have been shut down or repurposed as shelters for displaced people. This creates a generational problem where an entire group of young Nigerians could grow up without education, potentially making them more vulnerable to criminal activities and radicalization. Meanwhile, some of these bandits and militants are not acting alone. There are reports that they are collaborating with other extremist groups, some even crossing borders to join forces with international terror organizations. This cross-border collaboration makes it even more difficult for Nigerian security forces to deal with the issue. These groups not only operate in the forests and rural areas, but also extend their reach to urban centers, where they have been known to carry out kidnappings, robberies, and violent attacks. Security experts argue that the government must adopt a more integrated approach to dealing with these groups. It's not enough to rely solely on military force. There needs to be a stronger focus on intelligence gathering, better border control, and more effective policing in urban areas. Additionally, engaging local communities in security efforts is critical. Without the support of the people living in these areas, efforts to dismantle these camps are unlikely to succeed. Citizens in affected regions have started organizing themselves, establishing local vigilante groups and community watch programs to protect their homes and families. While this initiative has helped in some cases, it's not a long-term solution. These groups are often ill-equipped and lack the resources needed to defend themselves against well-armed bandits. The government needs to step in and provide the necessary support. As these issues continue to unfold, there's a growing sense of urgency for Nigerians to stay vigilant and aware of their surroundings. Security starts with awareness. People in high-risk areas need to be aware of the warning signs of bandit activity, such as unusual movements, armed individuals, or strange vehicles in the area. Reporting these activities promptly to the authorities can save lives and prevent further attacks. But the truth is, the responsibility doesn't lie solely with the government. Everyone has a role to play in ensuring that these issues don't spiral out of control. Nigerians need to stay informed, support local security initiatives, and be proactive in their communities. Only through collective action can we begin to push back against these criminal organizations. Now, we must remember that while the government is taking steps to address these camps, it is up to all of us to stay engaged and proactive. The fight against criminality is not just about the military or police forces. It's about each and every one of us. We have to keep the conversation going, spread awareness, and make sure that we are doing our part to stay safe. As we look forward, it's clear that this battle is far from over. The government's efforts must continue, but it will take time and coordination to make meaningful progress. In the meantime, it's crucial that we remain vigilant and protect one another. Remember, if you found this information helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Stay safe, stay informed, and let's all do our part to ensure a safer future for Nigeria. Please feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. What's your take on the current state of security? How can we all contribute to solving this problem? I'll be reading your responses.